The brain and body are two geniuses that are tirelessly at work. They are responsible for the incredible act of homeostasis, which is a state of balance and equanimity. This is all beautifully choreographed by the mind, the metaphysical intelligence that sits at the heart of the complex transactions taking place every minute of every day. It's so easy for us to take this miracle for granted as we mindlessly go about our lives. But this is a gift that we need to stop and appreciate at some point in every day. The more we marvel at this natural wonder, the more we elevate the genius of the brain and the body, and we too are elevated. The sympathetic nervous system has three primary responses: fight, flight, and freeze. So whenever we are anxious, stressed, angry, or under the influence of trauma, this is the system that is triggered. The more time we spend under the influence of the sympathetic nervous system, the more our bodies are placed under a relentless demand. The parasympathetic nervous system also has three primary responses. They are rest, relax, and digest. Whenever we are calm, at ease, feel safe and secure, this system is activated, and that wonderful state of homeostasis, of perfect harmony, is effortlessly established. Under the influence of the parasympathetic nervous system, all the other bodily systems work cooperatively to meet and maintain our needs. The more time we spend within the confines of rest, relax, and digest, the more we can achieve optimum health. This is one of the primary goals of life: parasympathetic living. In today's meditation, we're going to focus on the one in the parasympathetic trilogy that is least understood, which is digest. Most commentators, scientists, and lay people, when they think of the role of digestion, understandably they think about what we consume and how it is broken down and distributed throughout the body. This is, of course, a significant part of the digestive process. However, equally important is digestion as it pertains to the mind. The average mind produces 60,000 thoughts per day. 95% of those thoughts are old and familiar. Some have even been around for many years. In some cases, the whole of our lives. Of course, amongst that stream of consciousness, there will be good thoughts and feelings. But unfortunately, there is so much fodder and waste, undigested material flowing through the mind, brain, and body, causing untold damage. And this is where we are going to focus our attention today. dealing with that undigested material, which robs us of our confidence, clarity, and contentment. To engage the parasympathetic system, let us begin with our simple but powerful breathing exercise of light in and gas out. Just to remind you, every time you breathe in, visualize a pure and healing light being inhaled through your nose. This is the miraculous light and power of the universe. It has a detoxifying property. It cleanses all that it comes into contact with. Visualize it moving down into your lungs and being distributed around your entire body. And every time you breathe out, imagine gathering up all the toxic substances from every corner of the body, the byproducts of the countless biochemical interactions taking place moment by moment, and see them in the mind's eye being exhaled through the mouth as a gaseous substance. This is light in and gas out. Focus on this now for a little while longer. It's now time to do some mental digestion. Take your mind to a stubborn trait or habit, something you are desperate to give up, and yet you find that you betray yourself time and time again. Try and find a terrible example of this betrayal. For the purposes of this exercise, the worse the example, the better the outcome is likely to be. It's important to remember that the things you keep avoiding simply grow in strength, and they have more and more influence over your decisions and choices. So be brave. Choose something that has a powerful hold on you. Put your mind to this task now. That stubborn pattern has now been unveiled, and you will probably have thought of and imagined numerous examples of how it taunts and limits you. Pick an example now of it doing just that. An example of where you regularly betray yourself, planning and promising to do one thing, but almost always doing the opposite. Capture as clearly as you can an example of this and hold it in your mind. Notice how it makes you feel. Don't run away from this experience, run towards it. Do this now. You might be feeling some emotional discomfort, an unsettled feeling somewhere in your being. But rather than feeling any distaste about this, just be at peace with whatever is going on inside of you right now. Now, if you can, give this part of you an identity, a name and a form that best reflects its damage and the doubt that flows from it. Even if you can't do this, at least get a sense of its energy and its presence. Using the eye of your mind, see yourself as clearly as you can, showing this part of you understanding and compassion. Offer it your wise counsel. What this part needs to hear from you is that you do not sit in negative judgment over it. What it needs is your acceptance. It needs to know that you believe that it can change, and that the power required to transform that stubborn trait and habit can be easily accessed. It needs you to explain that when we are courageous, all our angels and ancestors come to our assistance. It needs you to explain that we are never alone if we choose to call on all that is good in the universe. So in the silence that follows, in your own words, in your own way, offer this message of reassurance and hope. You have reassured that weak and doubting part of your being that it need not go around the same loop again and again. It's by facing your shortcomings in this way that your mind can digest and process your negative experiences and release them from your system, making you whole once more. It's really important to face our negative experiences, and by sitting regularly in silence and communicating with those damaged, doubtful parts, we can free ourselves from the stream of negativity. Just spend a little while longer reassuring that part of you that it is accepted and that it is never alone. It just needs to be courageous, because when it is, the angels from within and the ancestors that we are a part of come to our assistance. So too do all the powers and wonders of the universe. Share this message now. There is a sense of relief that comes from this loving acceptance of those parts we might consider damaged and inferior. But when we love them, they can help us to rise and claim the ultimate prize. You will come back to these shores often, and every time you do, you will face something that is holding you back, preventing you from flourishing, and you will meet it with grace, humility, and kindness, because this is how to digest the experience and become richer for it. This is what parasympathetic living means.